Remember that game we used to all know and love? No, not that one. This one. Well, today we'll be exploring the mystery of what happened to Hytale, the highly anticipated sandbox game that was set to take the gaming world by storm. A couple years ago, Hytale was on everyone's radar with its unique blend of building, exploration, and adventure, promising to deliver a truly immersive gaming experience. But then, suddenly, the game went silent. No updates, no new information, no sign of life from the developers. So what happened? Did the game get cancelled? Did the developers run into issues with development? Or is there something else going on behind the scenes? In today's video, we'll be diving deep into the story of Hytale and attempting to uncover the truth behind its sudden disappearance. We will be examining the game's history, its development, and any potential hints or clues that may shed light on what happened to Hytale. From its humble beginnings as an idea in the minds of a few passionate developers, to its emergence as a highly anticipated and groundbreaking title, we will uncover the key moments and milestones that have shaped Hytale into the game it is today. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and join us as we dive into the exciting history of Hytale, as well as discuss where is Hytale today. So where are we today? No release date in sight, and it has now been half a decade since Hytale's announcement trailer. Well, to understand what exactly happened to Hytale, we first need to take a step back and take a look at the history of Hytale and where it all started. It all began with a small team of developers who were inspired by their love of Minecraft and other sandbox games to create something truly unique and innovative. They began working on a prototype of the game, which they called Hytale, and quickly realized that they had something special on their hands. The game featured a vast and colorful world, filled with diverse creatures and landscapes, and a deep and engaging crafting and building system. As word of the game spread, the developers began to receive attention from players and the gaming industry. They soon partnered with a well-known game publisher who helped them bring their vision to life and launch the game to the public. This notable publisher was none other than Riot Games. For those who may not be familiar, Riot Games is a leading game developer and publisher, known for their wildly popular title, League of Legends. In early 2020, it was announced that Riot Games had partnered with the developers of Hytale to provide support and resources for the game's development and launch. This collaboration was met with excitement from both the gaming industry and the community, as it brought together two highly respected and innovative game companies. Since then, the partnership has allowed the developers of Hytale to take their game to the next level, with access to Riot Games' expertise and resources. This has allowed for even more polish and refinement in the game's mechanics and features, ensuring that it will be truly unique and engaging experience for the players. As we look towards the future of Hytale, the partnership with Riot Games continues to be a major driving force behind the game's development. And with the support of the industry giant, we can expect even more exciting updates and developments in the world of Hytale. Did you know the Hytale Quebec was even added to the Riot's official client? Try it for yourself and download the Riot client and look at the bottom left. Here's what it looks like. I wonder what this entails. We could speculate that Hytale will be on Riot's client, as well as presumably be free, as every Riot game currently on the Riot client is free. Let us know your thoughts on whether you think Hytale will be free in the comments down below. Before we dive deeper into the history of Hytale and what exactly happened, we wanted to quickly invite you to our Discord server. With over 15,000 members, the Hytale News Discord server is the #1 place for all things Hytale. We have a new forum system introduced by Discord, so you can interact with the community and share your favorite Hytale theories and fan art. We are so thankful that during our absence, our community has been still actively engaged in the Discord, and we couldn't be more grateful. As always, the link will be in the description, and now, back to the video. So, what happened? The first sign something was up was regarding everyone's favorite postcards. One of the biggest indicators of the game's silence is the absence of the weekly postcards the developers used to share with the fans. These postcards were a way for the developers to give fans a sneak peek at the game's progress and new features, as well as providing a glimpse into the new development process. However, in 2020, these postcards have stopped entirely. The last postcards were first noticed in May of 2020, with no indication of when or if they will resume. This lack of communication has left many fans wondering what is happening with the game, Some have speculated that the developers have run into issues with development and are unable to continue with the postcards frequently. Some even believe that the game has been cancelled and the developers are no longer working on it. Regardless of the reason, the absence of the weekly postcards is a clear sign that something is happening with Hytale, and without any new information from the developers, fans are left to wonder what could have happened to their beloved game. It wasn't until July of 2022, developers of Hytale released a development update that sent shockwaves through the community. In the update, the developers announced the game's release would be delayed yet again, with no release date in sight. This news came as a major disappointment to fans who had been eagerly anticipating the game's release. Many took to social media to express their frustration and confusion, with some even calling for the game to be cancelled entirely. The update also provided little information on the reasons behind the delay, simply stating that the developers needed more time to work on the game. They mainly discussed how they will be redesigning the engine from the ground up. This would allow for potential crossplay functionality in the future, rather than dealing with the issue later when trying to add the more platforms. They wanted to focus on it before the game is released. Although this has stirred some controversy among fans, as they once again have gone silent and are left wondering why they are so heavily focused on completely restarting their engine when so many people have been eagerly waiting for this game, this lack of transparency has only added to the confusion and frustration among certain fans. Guys, first and foremost, developing a high-quality game takes time. The team at Hytale is working hard to create a unique and engaging experience for players, and this requires careful planning, design, and testing. By being patient, players can give the development team the time and space they need to create the best game possible. Secondly, being patient allows players to build anticipation and excitement for the game's release. As more information is released and the game's development progresses, players can look forward to the game's launch and be ready to jump in and explore the world of Hytale when it is released. Finally, being patient allows for players to be a part of the game's development process. Many game developers, including the team at Hytale, invite players to provide feedback and suggestions during the development process. By being patient and staying engaged with the game's development, players can help shape a final product and ensure that it can be the best it can be. Overall, being patient for Hytale's release is important for the development process, for building anticipation and excitement, and for being a part of the game's development. But today, taking a look at some of the recent screenshots and footage from Hytale, this game stands as a shining example of what can be achieved with passion, creativity, and hard work. It continues to evolve and grow, and will eventually offer players an endless world of possibilities and adventure. As we conclude our journey through the history of Hytale, we can't help but be impressed by the game's remarkable rise from humble beginnings to a beloved and iconic title. It is truly a treatment to the power of imagination and dedication, and we can't wait to see the future of what this game holds. And that concludes our brief history of Hytale. From its early beginnings as a passion project to its current status as one of the most highly anticipated games of the decade, Hytale has come a long way. The game has evolved and grown over the years, and we're proud to be your #1 place for all things Hytale news. We're just as excited as you guys to see all of the new features, improved existing systems, and work that has been put in the Hytale team to create a unique and engaging experience for players, but we are not done yet. The Hytale team has a possible upcoming winter development update which could potentially be out in a few weeks. We're eager to cover the new information and we'll have a new video out as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this look at the history of Hytale, and happy half a decade since the game was announced. We hope you've enjoyed learning more about the game, and we can't wait to see you in the world of Hytale when it is released. Until then, Anturi signing off.